found them so much advantages in the mid to late game. Do notice they don't have the super high damage two-threat comp they did in game number 1. This time, it's going to be the Morgana mid lane and the Lucians. This is very much more about timings, you would feel, than perhaps game number 1. I've been impressed with Morgana mid so far, but I feel like some of that was draft related. The Black Shield is definitely going to be trained upon.
We're ready to hop onto the Rift right now. So King Zone up against Griffin, game 2. Let's do it.
The ultimate 1v9 player.
That's pretty insane. I mean, really nice stat to bring up as well. It really does highlight just how much Deft has carried in a way and built the team around him and got that confidence going. Speaking of which, the top lane we were looking for, the knock-up into the double knock-up, the knock back there from Jace, not nearly enough. They're going to see Tarzan coming in with that Tremor Sense, and that's just a clean first blood in the top lane.
You always assume you're fine if this is seen in a while. Black Cleaver will be an item choice for Cuz, so maybe don't want to have the redundancy there as King Zone turn onto the Infernal Drake, the first spawn of the game, and with their priority against a Karma lane, they take it as, all right, what's happening here?
Well, Rascal was running down, and he kind of got caught out by Tarzan with the red buff. Flashes into that one. No flash on Wrath,
but he didn't have his wits around him, was turned off. Let's watch the vision situation here. The reason why Rascal will feel hard done by is, why is Tarzan on the top side when Infernal Drake's going down? It's one of those things where Tarzan just wasn't looking to contest this Infernal, so Rascal goes down, does draw the flash out of Tarzan, not out of sword. We'll see if they can return to this, because Rascal should eventually be able to swap the summoners and have another mobility summoner to try to escape further.
Cuz here going for the essentially 10-minute Rift Herald, and well, they already got the Infernal, so that would be 2 massive objectives to take this early on in the game and just get them ahead. So it's gonna go down really.
Look it up, but 5 points into W for Morgana means push, push, push.
Push, push, and extra AP for your Black Shield that you're maxing second means that that thing's not getting popped, as you were highlighting before. Rift Herald gonna come in. Looks like all the gold will go the way of the Ornn, and Rascal is, he's a rich Ornn up in the top side, going piece for piece here for the Jason. Actually 600 gold ahead of the Jason, the top side.
And the scary thing is, 5v5 wise, we know this champion outscales, and he always has his stuff picks, as Cuz gets super aggressive here of the late game extra items.
Spike goes the way of Tarzan, as okay, ult is not going to actually get down, but Rascal trying to force this one pawn. Coming on in with the TP, but they really were pushing this too hard. Here comes Chovy trying to get over the wall. Where is the angle of escape for King Zone? It doesn't look like it exists. Ignite goes down on a Tarzan, but it's not gonna kill him. Doesn't look like here. Pawn under the turret, one more auto will do it. He's gonna go.
Teams start hitting each other, because these are big shifts in what the recent meta has been in terms of these two champions that have been played so many times.
And the knockup comes in into the taunt. There's no way you're going to be able to use your abilities even. So King Zone once again, the hunters in this game.
Nice contest vision, and we already mentioned that's tricky for Griffin. They need to take a lot of risks to do so. The only person to dive Lucian and stop a short-range AD carry from doing damage is a Morgana. Black Shield stopping Lissandra. There's no one else to go backline. That means Lucian should be free-hitting. And speaking of free-hitting, they're onto this Baron. It's at 7,000.
Already at half, and now Griffin know about it, but Tarzan is in range, is going to be able to get him, but no! Spike to Ornn goes the way of King Zone. Now they're looking for the engage, and Viper goes down to the Ornn. See you later, he says, and in comes Cuz. Gonna be able to assassinate Tarzan on the backside, as 3 kills and maybe even more are gonna go the way of King Zone after the Baron. The flash on in, and the double kill to Cuz gives King Zone 4 kills and the Baron.
King Zone are styling and cementing themselves as the dark horse for the LCK Gauntlet, and thus LCK Spring 2019. They're styling on Griffin at this point. There's no way, really, for Griffin to stop this Baron push. We talked about Griffin with Baron against Baron. It's a whole nother conundrum.
This isn't solo queue where your entire team types /FF at the same exact time. Even Pawn's got the upgraded Zhonya's now, as all the stats are going their way. It's insane how ahead they are, but they got every combination going there. As Sword nearly goes down on the backside. As Rascal just in the replay was just saying, yeah, everybody's so good. You guys are great at this game. It's all fantastic feels, high morale on the side of Kingzone. It's all high confidence. These guys are on a massive roll and should be able to take this one 2-0. Only team they lost to in round 2 was actually SKT. And I remember that was a bit of a stomp. So it makes things even more interesting for if Kingzone does face off against SKT in the playoff. Could they make it past them and then maybe even get to Griffin? But we'll have to end this game first as the knockup goes down on a Tarzan. Both Death and Pawn do some insane damage at this point. Stopbox on the side of Rascal, but he's so tanky, he's not going to go down anyway.
Kingzone continue to push by #1 team in Korea, who would be tripping up for the 3rd time in 5 series. Total damage dealt. You will see that Lissandra has done nothing this game, has never got the roam, has been kept in lane by Morgana.
You know, Lissandra, if they lose, is going to be 0-4 for the day. That's not really what you would expect from a Lissandra. She usually gets at least 1 win. So knockup goes on to Lahens, but take a look at Toby on the backside. They are going to catch her going on in there. The knockup comes in and, just barely is able to get that ultimate off. Isn't going to matter, though. So many stasis effects. Keep her alive, but the knockup there was perfect from Rascal, and now everybody's getting into the pit as Depth is full health, and it looks like this should be Kingzone pushing on for their victory 2-0 against Griffin.
And Valdez, it's not about Griffin, it's all about Kingzone. Kingzone have just smashed Griffin, and it didn't matter who was on the enemy team with a performance like this. They're looking for the close here. With enough members, they should be able to do it.
They just want more kills. They don't care about the Nexus. They'll take it out eventually, but going in for the dive even here is Steph thinking about it, just dancing around, even a celebration towards the end.